So hey, I'm sporting my green tracksuit, my tracksuit mafia, Irish mafia, Russian mafia suit. With this hair, I feel like a Russian mobster. But St. Patrick's Day is coming up, so I always go out dancing and having fun with my friends. So I don't know if I'll wear this year. I usually wear something like this, but me and my friends have fun. That's just the time of year. So today, I wanted to go into a very controversial book, and a book that's very hard to understand, and it's something that I inherited, and it's a lot of people wish I wouldn't have. I don't think, and it's caused me a little bit of trouble here and there. It's got me banned from a few groups, got me on some bad lists, and this book is The Secret Rituals of the OTO by Francis King. So this was like in 1975. It's actually written in here, 1974. Somebody signed it. Not sure who signed it. It's controversial because there's a group called the OTO. A lot of people call them the Caliphate OTO because there's other OTOs. And there's other writings, other manuscripts that have these kind of things. These come from the Knights Templar rituals, which nobody owns, nobody wrote, who's alive. Alister Crowley was involved and manipulated these a little bit, these rituals. The original OTO had nothing to do with Crowley. It was an Austrian organization that was based on Templar and Freemasonry. And Alister Crowley, kind of change these things around. But I want to go into a little bit of what this says. I'm going to run this by some people. I don't want to give people secrets away. I understand these groups want to charge a lot of money, and they want to make you make oaths to people. I believe they have like a king of the place. They make, I don't know if it's an alchemical king or if they really think this guy's royalty or whatever. Because I'm in LA, I know who the person is. I don't want to put him on blast. I really don't like the whole thing. I don't like the whole idea of kings because, I'm named after the guillotine and I'm French and, even though I'm American, but my family was French. So we kind of got over all that stuff. But the thing is here is there's a journey through here that the Templars did. It's kind of gotten corrupted by Alister Crowley and later by this other person who... I'm not sure what to call the person, the king of the OTO. I believe his real name is Breeze. He was in an industrial band or some industrial bands when I was growing up here in LA. So Mr. Breeze has, really got upset with people trying to look into this book and do their work on their own and not go through his organization. And, he's not even the only OTO. I think that there was some court things or something. I don't know. It really sounds like Scientology and copywriting, and that this particular Caliphate OTO organization is taking Alister Crowley's work, which Crowley didn't even invent this stuff, and saying, well, because Crowley kind of manipulated it. Alister Crowley's like L. Ron Hubbard, and all of his stuff is we copyright it. Even though Crowley's dead and the people that wrote this are dead, Francis King is dead, everybody's dead, but we want to just say that we have to control this because. I mean, there's a whole thing, it has to do with Grady McMurtry, which I've talked about in other videos, how he intersected with my family a little bit and some of my cousins talked to him. So, it's kind of like, I don't like it that much, but let's go through the journey of this. And, hopefully, I'm going to probably put this in two parts because I'll just put this down. So let's go into the actual thing, what this is talking about. This is actually, and Crowley did put some pretty good points in, I think. What this book is actually talking about is a initiatory process. And the initiatory process comes from, getting your soul or your energy and pairing it with the sun, with the sun, our star. That's how I say it in my group. The sun, our star. When we pair ourselves with the sun, that's really strong enough to really overcome the human condition. Because when when you're paired with the sun, you are like with the sun. You're going to be billions of years in the whole universe, and you're radiating, and you speak in this radiation language when you really pair yourself with the sun. So, and this goes into some Freemason stuff too, So I'm going to run it past some of my Freemason friends. I don't want to give away secrets, but these things are, they need to be demystified because people think all kinds of crazy stuff. So you pair your soul with the sun. You're the sun. You're this more powerful soul entity. And then there's two pillars. There's the pillar of Jacon and Boaz. And both of these, they represent obviously the duality, the right and left of politics. I believe it's severity and mercy, softness, the father, the mother. It could be all these different things. So you're going through these two pillars. You're going up this thing. It's just, I don't have a diagram right now, but it's like there's these two pillars. You're going up these sephiro. Each sephiro, each little section here is going through, and you're like, discovering yourself. You're discovering the pillars. You're discovering yourself through this. And so when you go up to a certain point, so first you obviously there's a lot to discover your energy, your power, your energy, whatever you want to call it. Pair it with the sun, or if you want to do the whole universe, whatever, pair it with something higher than yourself, a god, the sun, Jupiter, Saturn, whatever planet you want to pick. You pair your energy with that. You move up between Boaz and acknowledging that there's these two pillars, and you go one side or the other side, and you're not going to really go because you're going to get stuck in a circle. Always going right, you always go around in the circle. Always going left, you always go around in the circle. So if you're some crazy guy like Alister Crowley, who everybody said was Satanist, and you wanted to joke about killing children and stuff, you're going around in circles. You want to go, you're a huge preacher that hates all this stuff and wants to throw everything out that's not completely about Jesus or God or the Bible, then you're going to go around in circles too. So the idea is going up the in between Jacob and Boaz, and you are this entity, whatever you want to call it. I like, they obviously give passwords for these things in Freemasonry and in the OTO. I don't want to give away the passwords. This book doesn't even have the passwords, so I don't even know why they're so upset about it. But my particular copy does have the passwords written in here because it was, once claimed by Grady McMurtry and stuff. So somebody wrote the passwords in here, and I think they are the passwords that Alister Crowley did. The OTO and Mr. Breeze might have changed those, but, so what? I could change them, It's nothing. So as you're going up this between these, you acknowledge the pillars, you acknowledge yourself, you're going up this thing, you actually hit, the abyss. You hit the abyss by your magical works, by your initiatory process, whatever. You will hit the long night of the soul, the abyss. And what this also, one of the rituals in here actually has you summon Abaddon, which is the angel of the abyss. And this is, from William Blake. There's a lot of different things about Abaddon. Some say he's a demon, some say he's an angel, some maybe it's not even he or she. But it's an angel, a spirit that will help you go through the abyss. On the other side of the abyss, you meet, your egregor, which, egregor it's like a spirit that maybe you create, maybe it's already pre-existing. For the Knights Templars, it was Baphomet. Baphomet was, it was your center being. Later on, he was drawn with horns and all this stuff by certain occult writers. I don't know if that's legitimate. I know that the Knights Templars, because they were warriors, they usually use a severed head to represent that, because it's scary and they're warriors, and it was it was a long time ago during the Crusades. It was like 1100s. So they use that as a Baphomet, and they may have scared other people with different things too. So facing your fear, going through the abyss, getting your egregor, and at the end of it, you're this more complex being. some other groups, and this is why they don't like people talking about this, they've actually replaced Baphomet with their leader, with leaders in their group, which, you know, if that's what you really want to do, are these leaders doing anything for anybody? Well, ask yourself. I don't know. Maybe they're very good people, and they're helping you out because you've made an oath to them. I think Baphomet is like a dark inner child, and represents a way to an egregor to help you, beyond the abyss. What you're gonna do, you've got this kind of like they call it holy guardian angel. It's almost a process like that, like the Abramelin. If anybody's ever seen the movie A Dark Song, it's the same kind of concept. You have Baphomet, you have an egregor, and you don't have to call Baphomet. You don't have to see him with horns. Whatever comes to you, whatever you're comfortable with. Maybe it's a beautiful angel. Maybe it's a dark usually it's put dark because this stuff is made to be dark, so people are scared and they don't do it on their own, and they think they need somebody to do it, but they really don't. Or they have people like me who could do it independently. I can make up my own passwords. I could do it in the deep desert. I can not even use this book. This stuff is corrupted. I have transcripts of the original Templar rituals and initiations. These are I can manipulate them myself too, just like this has been manipulated by Alister Crowley and whoever. So that's my take on the initiatory process of I guess maybe Freemasonry. I mean, I'm asked by Freemason friends. Maybe it's not Freemason exactly, but I believe Freemasonry is very similar. Definitely in the OTO, I know it is because I have family connections that did this stuff and don't want to be associated with this group that they feel is cultic. And I do too. And on top of that, I got put on their ban list for whatever reason, which I think is kind of ridiculous because Alister Crowley jokes about killing children, and it's like, that's just a joke. That's a code. That's a code for masturbation. That's a code for sex. Or no, it's saying that he wants to use the blood of children in rituals. That's not a joke. I'm a father, I'm a minister, and I don't think it's funny. And if it is a code, then it should be changed because, if it's an analogy, I don't want it, I don't want it that kind of, we shouldn't talk about harming children as an analogy. So, sorry, Thelemites, sorry, Alister Crowley fans, I'm not on board with you. So, that's my take on this today on my video. I hope you guys like it. I hope it's controversial. I hope people get pissed off at me or quit some comments or do something. So, this is Gion, and I'm signing off.